button. You see how nice and formal that is. Thank you very much. I know everybody is super busy, and to take this time to see how our online portal works. The purpose of the portal is really to make your lives as easy as possible. Before we start with that formally, those who don't know me yet, my name is Elize, and I'm the Managing Director of Xpello. I'm also a qualified attorney, and that really helps in guiding and focusing only on Xpello. I've got a few team members here. The one guy that all the ladies and everybody always asks me is, where's Johan? And I want Johan to quickly put on his camera. He's our absolute rock star in the breach department. If anybody ever have a breach, that is Johan that you guys will speak to. So everybody who ever wondered how Johan looks like, there you have him. There's Johan. Thank you, Johan, for popping in and saying hello. I also have online our client relationship officers. We've got Palesa that's joined the team. We've got Belinda and John Rue. I'm looking all over my screen. John Rue's doing a bit of out and about today, so he's in the background. But everybody will have an opportunity to meet him. But Belinda and Palesa are two rockstar ladies in our client relationship officers teams, and you guys will starting to see them more and everything about that. Then of the application department, I've got Zia. Zia, where's your pretty face? Zelda couldn't be here. She's Zelda's right-hand lady, helping on. We also have Rina online that's always in the background and helping with the applications. So that's a quick shout out to all the team members that's here. Then for the people that's here from the beginning, I hope you guys dropped your names in the box and said good morning, because I do want us to give a prize. It's always nice. If one goes to seminars, there's always that, you know, you put your card in a bowl and there's a lucky draw. So now you guys can do that as well. Drop your name in the chat, and Palesa is going to do a lucky draw. And at the end of the meeting, we are going to give somebody a prize. Menine, I see your hand is raised. How are you this morning and how can I help you?
That was by mistake, Elise. Sorry, I'm just trying to work out from my iPad. Sorry.
No, but that's a good way. Now at least you guys can see I am concentrating. Menina has used a very good way that if you guys have an option or have a question while I'm explaining things this morning, please put up your hand like Menine. I also want to invite all of you. You guys are really welcome to put on your cameras. I've just asked my team members to put off their cameras because they are in the back doing a couple of things for me as well. So that can be distracting, but if you're sitting and listening, you're more than welcome to put on your camera. Menina, I also just want to say I love your picture. It's a beautiful picture. Catherine, yes, I like your sunset or I don't know if the sun is coming down or up.
It's coming down. It was going through to Paris.
Oh, it's beautiful, huh? It sort of makes me feel like drinking wine, but it's 9 o'clock in the morning, so we won't do that. Monique, thank you. It's nice to see a face. It's always nice to see the team members. Manette is also there in the background. She's from our breach department as well. I've admitted one last, Alejandra, hello, good morning. I'm glad to see everybody's jumping in to help. Thank you, Monique, for helping out there. Welcome, Naomi, everybody. I'm gonna jump in, and definitely the first thing that we're gonna drop into the box is our portal. Hello, Henriette. How are you this morning? Okay, I love it. I just see smiles. It makes my day. What we're going to do in the chat box, we're going to drop the link for the portal. So this is sort of the opportunity to quickly go highlight it if you've not registered on our portal as yet. Remember, our portal is free. It's not linked to how many people is registered. Every agency will be able to see the amount of agents that's registered on their portal. I have to just say good morning to Naomi, all the way there on the other side of Pretoria. I know we need to take, if we go over the Xpello, we have to take a passport. So there's the link. I'm going to share my screen now. Let me go there now. And again, this is a interactive thing. So if you guys get stuck or anything, please ask me. I've got my team members that's looking at the chats. So if there's something I can't do immediately, they will be able to answer it, or they will bring it to my attention. So if you guys go to the portal, this is the page that you will see. This is going to be your username. So luckily enough, your username can really be anything. We don't have those that has to be so many characters or anything. Many times if we register the agents, we use the email address just to make it easier. If and then of course your password, and then we've got this little button. So if you type in your username and your password and you haven't clicked this, you will not be able to log in. Now, just to say our terms and conditions, this is something that we really discussed with you guys in the beginning. And in essence, it says all the information that's on our portal is going to be protected by POPI. Also, that all the information put on there is true and correct. If you are not a user as yet, you're purely going to go to register here. And I want to quickly take you guys there. It's going to give you this option. Now, most of the agents will register as an agent because you are linked to an agency. Owner, the nice thing about your portal is you're going to register as an owner and your details are going to be stuck. And you don't have to complete your details the whole time. If you elect an agent, you're going to put in your name. If I say your full name, I really don't need your birth names. I'm not going to check and compare it to your ID. So please don't put in Johanna, Frederica, Susanna if you are Lizzie. Okay, so you're welcome to put Lizzie and your name. If you put it on your details. Then, of course, a contact number, it can be the office number or your cell phone number, the email address, ideally the email address that you want to get all the notifications on. So don't put your personal email address because if there's then updates on the portal, everything is going to be sent there. So ideally your work email address. At this juncture, enter the branch and name and address. So this is especially important if you have different franchises. So I need to know if you're from Rawsons, are you from Rawsons Ferry Glen? Are you from Paulshof? Where are you from? That we link you to the correct office. And then, of course, the username and password that you're going to complete. And then you're going to say register as an agent. So let me quickly do this. And considering I don't know who's got small kids, but Enchanto is our new favorite animation that we are watching these days. And everybody is talking about Bruno. So today I'm going to be Bruno and Encanto and my telephone number. And let's just put an email address that works. Well, because I wanted to test Bruno now, and I decided there might be a Bruno out there that might get an email. And he will be super surprised about Xpello if he now suddenly puts that in. And then I'm going to say Xpello Disney channel. Okay. My username, like I said, it can be anything, Bruno, and then your password. It can be, make it as secure as possible. For the security sensitive people, 1, 2, 3, 4 is, I know that's what we put in, and it's really just a test. Once you press register, this is what's going to pop up. Thank you very much for registering. You will not be able to log in as yet. And the reason for this is on our side, we then get this notification and say, hello, there's a new agent, and please go link them to the right agency. Okay, and that's what we go and we do that physically. And we're going to link them to the agency. You will also then in the interim get an email to ask you, please confirm your email. Now, if you haven't received that email, you are welcome. I'll give it about 5 to 10 minutes. You know, who never knows what the internet does. But if you haven't received it, you are welcome to send an email to applications@xpello.co.za and say, I have registered. I'm from Rawson's, Paulsoft. I'm now picking on Kerry because she was the first one that popped up. And please, I haven't received my email. Can you please activate me? Okay. So you guys are welcome to do that. I see also it says didn't get it, click here. Woohoo! There my account has been successfully created. Now we go back. I just want to move my my thingies. You know, guys, just as I'm not rude if I do this, it's because I've got 2 screens. I've realized I would like to be one of those CSI people with big screens. That's the dream to work towards. Okay, so now I've registered, I've been linked, and I'm ready to log in. Before I proceed to logging in, is there any questions at this juncture regarding this? Any hands? I just want to move this to this side as well, that I can keep an eye out for everyone. Okay, nothing. Great. Remember, pop in the question at the bottom if you guys have anything that you want to ask. So now I'm ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope I've got my username right now. No. Oh my goodness, this is now very embarrassing. Okay. Now so if you create your username, thank you, Belinda. And you can't remember what it is, you are welcome to ask the applications department as well, or somebody in our office, and we will be able to see. So Tanya's got a very good question. She's asking if she's got a property in her personal name and her business name. So Tanya, the big thing is if you put anything on your business profile, remember all the agents that you put up that's part of your business will be able to see those properties. If it's something that you want to keep separate from your business, then yes, 2 profiles. Alternatively, I would suggest that you put everything under one if your team is going to help you manage your properties as well. I hope that answers your question. Okay. And as you can see, this is real life, and Elize is not getting logged in. Yes, and we are in. I'm going back to my default person. Okay, is everybody still seeing my my dashboard? Belinda, can you give me a thumbs up? Elize, I've logged in now, but there is no details. Okay, Nazim said he logged in. Nazim, thank you. Zia is going to quickly have a look at your profile for me, and we'll be able to come back to you. So this is how your dashboard looks like if you log in. And here on the top, you'll see your details. You are welcome to put your photo on there. If you go to view profile, this is where you're going to see everything. Now, firstly, it's nice for us to know when it's your birthday. We're not there to see how old you are. It's because we like to send you a message or give you a call and say, happy birthday. Also, keep your details up to date. These 2 are super important, okay? This means that you want to receive email notifications every time your portal is updated. So you won't be able to edit anything. So just press edit and you can be able to put it up. So if you, for example, you're the head of the department, you want to know what's going on, but you don't want to get each and every update, you can remove that. For example, especially with the breaches, every time something happens, you'll get an email notification. This is for the website notifications. So also there, you'll see a little intercom there. So every time something happens on the website, you'll get a notification. So this is something that you have to put on there. Then the dashboard refresh rate. This is really something that you have to decide how often do you want it to be refreshed. So if you, for me, every 30 seconds, it goes, like, you know, that little circle, and it puts up if there's any amended or change of data. Maybe every 60 minutes or every 30 minutes is fine with you. That is really up to you what you want to put here, or you can leave it at 0 and it will just do a regular update. Okay, and of course, if you ever want to change your password, you can just go put in the current password and the new password, and you can go and update that. Okay, and in order to give effect to whatever we set here, I just want to move that back to that, and we say, I just want to remove that one, and we say update details. Okay, now it's been updated, and we can go back to our dashboard. So just here on the top, we have, this is the little thingy that says, listen, there's been new notifications on our portal. If you need to have to put that up. So if it's red or green, it means there's new ones. Also, if you click on it, it tells you if there's anything new. Every now and again, I go and I mark all as red, so nothing shows as new. This is a shortcut to your dashboard. Here on the side, you can see your agency lease agreements, which is up there, and here's where you can press if you want to load something, and I'm going to show that just now. Here is a quick shortcut if you ever need Xpello's debit order form. Now, this is ideal for owners that wants to complete it. Agencies where you usually use the debit order form is if you only do a placement and your owner doesn't pay up for a year upfront. You're welcome at that juncture already to give him the debit order form. If he says, yes, we want Xpello, remember you placed the tenant, so you have the lease agreement and the credit check. We also have a very awesome new one pager to show what we really look at to see whether somebody's going to be successful or not to apply for us, and we'll be forwarding that to you and delivering a nice hard copy for the ones that's in Gauteng. So we will be sending out that as well. So if your owners say yes, you purely can ask them to complete the debit order form. You send that to us together with the documents, and we take it on from there. We will also put that lease agreement on your portal, and we're going to go there now and we'll show you how you'll be able to see it and the owner. Now, on the top, this is just to tell you, listen, I've loaded a lease agreement, but it's not complete as yet. For example, you haven't got the lease agreement, or you haven't done the credit check, or if you started completing it and you don't have the documents. If you've drafted one and you submitted everything and now you're waiting for us, this is where it's going to flicker here. So you know, okay, I'm waiting for Expeller for nothing. That's good news. They're always on the ball. And then if there's anything you wanted to cancel, here at the bottom is to show you how many active lease agreements your agency have on their books. Okay. And on this side, you show how many of your agents has registered already. So you can see who's got access and who doesn't. If an agent has left, please let us know that we can deactivate that agent. You don't want them to have access if they left your agency. Okay. So now the first one, to how to load a lease agreement. Before I go on to that, is there any questions? Nazim, remember Xpello doesn't collect money. So we can't offer our debit order system for the collection of rental. So unfortunately, that is not something that we can assist with. But the nice part is if you, so unfortunately that is not available. Manine, am I pronouncing your name correctly? Let me ask that first.
Yes. Yes, you are, Elise. I'm on the agent dashboard, and for some odd reason, it's just not downloading the debit order form. So I wanted to try and keep a form on my desktop so it would be easy to email to potential tenants, but it's not downloading. Am I doing something wrong?
No, I would call it the gremlins that is now intentionally making my life miserable. What we're going to do, Manine, is we are going to ask them to drop it in the chat so that it is available. Zia would have a form like that, and one of my team will drop it in the chat. So if anybody is looking for it, they will have it. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so just to check again, because I pressed a couple of buttons, you guys can still see all of my my dashboard. And I love, so my kids are starting Tenaya online schooling. So the teacher always says to them, okay, use your emojis, ne? Let me can see a smile or a hands up, or just to know that you guys are still on, still with me. Oh, come on, Palisa, Belinda. Anyone, give me an emoji. So, okay. Thank you, Deline, Henriette. You see, now the people of the Zoom experience their hands up and there. Okay, it's working. Great. Okay, so now I've gone and we're in the beginning of the process. And remember, if you guys have bulk that you have to upload, we know you are super busy. You are always welcome to log in or send an email to the applications department, speak to Zelda or Zia, and say to them, listen, I've got 4 that I need to load. I don't have the time to go onto the portal, and you can email them all the documents. We have an agency that automatically email us the mandate, the lease agreement, and the credit check for us to process the applications. The reason why they're adding the mandate is because all of the details of the owner isn't on the lease agreement. That's the only time we need the mandate. And you guys are going to see now, oh, Leandra, I absolutely agree. Zelda is an absolute rock star. I will be lost without her. Okay, so now we see here, and we're going to add a new lease agreement. Okay, so agent reference. Now, this is where you're going to put in your reference number. If you don't have a unique reference number, if you only use the property address, you don't have to put it up here. If it's gonna, if you are, I mean, some accounting systems use like P35 or John 66 or something like that. That is with what you have to do. That's to help you to link it to your accounting system or something. If it's a property that you only did the placement with, we're going to put OM on there. Okay, owner M means owner managed, so that you know that it's only there for your knowledge, that this is going to be managed by the owner. And what actually will happen, Nazim, I know you're an owner, and I'm just going to use you as an example, just for now, if you don't mind, is that if he used an agency to help him place the properties. What we will do on our new portal, our new approach is going to be, is we're going to have his name as an agent, and in the site it will be Nazim brackets Remax. Nazim, I think also almost that's the people that helped you. I'm so sorry if I got it wrong. But that, because in that instances, Nazim, you have control and you've got access to your properties, but the agent can also see on their side. So if we need something from them, they will be able to have access to it. Then the property description, we really just want to be able to identify it. So you're going to put the complex name, you're going to put the unit, and we're going to put the street address. Road. So just to say, this is our new office address. If you guys ever want to come for coffee, just let me know. You are welcome. We will give you coffee, and if I have a heads up, I'll even get you cookies. Okay, so that is what we do there. We type in the address, and this is ideally the address also on the lease agreement. The agreement type, as you guys know, we consider new lease agreements. Okay, Nazim, thank you. It's not Remax. So thank you for clarifying. I'm not favoriting everyone. I don't know why I was thinking about them, that you are linked to them. Okay, so we consider new lease agreements and existing lease agreements. And the reason why it's important to pick the correct one here is because it asks different things if we want to upload. So if I say it's a new lease agreement and the lease agreement is going to start on the 1st of March, and it's got a question here, is the lease agreement loaded on behalf of the owner? Now, where this is quite relevant is, for example, if you're going to manage it and the payment is going to be made from your offices to our office. So as you click the rent, it's going to be paid over to us. Then you're going to say no. If you're going to manage it, or if the owner is going to make the payment, then the answer is going to be no. Is yes. Sorry. It's yes. So if the owner makes the payment directly and you're not going to make the payment, you're going to purely say it's being loaded on behalf of the owner. I won't be too worried about this because this feature might be is going to be changed with the new things. But that is because many people are not quite sure why we have it on there. But at the most at this stage, we're using as an indicator who's going to pay us, the agency or the owner. Okay. Now we're going to go to the owner's details. Now, if it's a company and a trust and all of it is the same, you put the company name and the registration number and then the representative's details. But I'm going to somewhere do an individual, and the owner of this property, I'm going to make Belinda. Okay. So Belinda's the owner of this property. We need her ID details. Oops. I promise you that's not her real ID. Otherwise, she's very old or young. I'm not quite sure. Okay. Then the email address. Now, why we need the email address is because if there's updates on our portal, remember, especially if it's the breach process, the moment we do an update on the portal, on the breach section, it emails a update to the owner an hour thereafter. The reason why only an hour is because what we've seen is sometimes you make a note, you go back, you say, "Ooh, spelling error," nee? Or I've said this now, and now the guy phones me back immediately and something's changed. So we have an opportunity to go update. Same if you go make a note on, as an agent makes a note, they can go back and they can go edit.
I'm trying to, there is something about,
do I have a question of someone? Just let me know. Okay, so one will put in the email address there so that we can make sure that everybody, that the owner does get the updates. Okay. The contact number, the reason why that is helpful as well is by the time, if something happens and the matter goes into breach, we can immediately contact all the parties and we don't have to ask for an update. These details of this owner isn't being shared with any other people, okay? It's only our office that deals with this, your office, the agency's office, and if this matter goes to an attorney, it will go to the attorney, okay? So it is secured. We're not sharing any of those other details. And nobody else can see the details. You have an option to add more than one owner if there's a husband and wife or more than one owner, so there is that option. Then we're going to go to the tenants. Now, again, we put the tenants. I'm going to pick on Palesa now. And we type in her details. So the nice thing is you guys can really just copy and paste the details from your system if you're going to load it yourself. Please make sure that we have the correct details of the tenants. It's been many times that once the matter goes into breach, we sort of realize that when the lease agreement and everything was done, you know, those details changed and we can't get hold of them. So if anytime the details of a tenant change, please advise us. Okay. Now, as you know, we rely on your vetting. So that is why in the past, if we get emails, Zelda or Zia has often sent you guys an email and asking, please verify these 3 questions. And the reason why this is of vital importance to us is because we rely on what you've done, whether we can accept a person, we just need to know that you are satisfied with this. So we ask, was vetting done? And we ask you, what was the outcome? Now, many people use TPN and they've got the ABC, DE. I think actually they're missing one, but I mean, you look at the colors. And or PayProp is also showing as minimum risk, low risk, and so forth. So you can just choose the options. Interesting sake, if you pick an A or a B, this is, you just need to answer the 3 questions. If you have to, if it's anything from a C up, you'll see there's an additional box here. So I'm going to do it that way. Then we ask here, are you satisfied the applicant can afford the rental and all the banking details are valid? So the biggest thing for us is that you've really gone and checked on all the banking details and if this person can afford the rental and the utilities, okay? So if his rental is 5,000 Rand, but he has to pay security and internet, and I don't know what other perks there is, and he actually has to pay 6,000 Rand, we need to know, are you satisfied that you can pay the 6,000? We're not going to go on, listen, it has to be 1, 2, 3. I always, if I say this, I giggle because I hear Sean Light saying, no, that was his strict rules. And the people who don't know who Sean Light is, he does a lot of training for agents as well. But for us, it's about, if you are paid this, are you getting out with your money? Or do you need to take a Wonga loan every month? Or, you know, I'm not expecting you to have a lot of cash. I think normal people, I laugh and say, if I've got a lot of money still in my bank account about 5 days before payday, you know, I'm starting thinking, yeah, I can still go to KFC or something. So just see if they can afford it. So your first is, are you satisfied they can afford it? Yes. The next thing is, are you satisfied that there are no elements evident that the tenant was previously evicted or a bad tenant? So if somebody pitches up at your door with his furniture on hand and he wants to move in now, I would be concerned because most probably that means they were evicted before. Also, what we look at on the credit report is if somebody moves more than twice a year. Now, nobody can love moving that much. So it's sort of a concern because why are they running away? Also, what I mentioned about the bad tenants, you can have people that pay their accounts every month on time, but they might be doing drugs, or it might be somebody that does a lot of, you know, weird criminal activities. So that's things that you guys have to consider and see if this is a tenant that's going to keep to the rules and the terms of the lease agreement. Okay. Are you guys seeing my portal still? Okay, back to the portal. Oh, thank you guys. I should have had a look at it quicker. Let me look at this. So Nazim has asked, how many offices does Expeller have? We have the main office in Roodepoort, Johannesburg. Our biggest thing that we are really extending on is our attorneys' offices, because for us to be able to deliver our services during eviction is we need local attorneys. So at this stage, we've got one physical office, and although we deliver our services nationwide. Okay, is everybody able to see my screen now? Yes, we can see. That's fantastic. It was so weird that I thought I was shifting it to the other side. Okay, so back to the portal, just to show again. There's the details we put in. That's the first question. The second question, has somebody been evicted before? Or so there's nothing. So are we satisfied? Yes. There's nothing available. And then just to ask, have you verified? This is just to make sure that you are sure Palesa, the tenant, is Palesa, the tenant. We don't want a copy of the ID or the passport document or any other identification document. Those FICA documents you are going to keep in your office. That is why we ask these questions. So if it's been done, it's done. Now, here is where it's quite relevant that I want you guys just to add. So, for example, if somebody is under debt review, debt counselor confirms can afford. So this person is under debt review. His credit score is looking terrible, but the debt counselor confirmed that he's keeping to his arrangement and he can pay. There's no reason for us not to accept them. In actual fact, what we've seen is these people on our books are performing very well. Or, for example, it will be young professional, don't have any credit. Young professional does not have any credit. So they will have a bad record because there's no credit, but they can afford it. So those are the things that we just need a bit of a motivation. We don't want a 5-pager or 5 things, to the point, short and sweet. The invitation is there. If you guys want to quickly phone and ask, listen, I've got this concerns, I'm thinking about this, let us know, and that, you know, whether we will accept. Or is there something I should be concerned about? Maybe I had the instance that we had a tenant, the agent phoned me and said, Elize, everything checks out, but there's something about this tenant that bugs me and I can't put my finger on it. Now, remember, evictions doesn't get noted on credit reports. So we had a discussion, we were brainstorming, and later on I said to her, you know what, Expeller is not going to accept this person because I do think it's high risk. She was able to go back to her owner and say, listen, this is what we have. Here's the documentation. Expeller is not willing to take this person. Do you still want to take it? So she could use us as a motivation why not to take it, because they will not qualify for Expeller. So that always helps. Okay, if I completed everything, I press save. We go, and then this pop-up happens. Now, I'll need to upload the lease agreement. I'm going to quickly pick something random. Let's use a background. And you press upload. The credit report. So if you've got more than one tenant, it will ask you for each and every one. Background. You upload. Any additional documents, this might be, for example, if the option was it was an existing lease, it would have not asked for the credit report, it would have asked for the rental statement. Maybe there's a renewal on the lease, then we want it to be added here. Or if there's anything else that you think it will be relevant, ideally, please don't upload bank statements. Okay, again, bank statements or ID documents and those type of things, please keep it on your site. Let's limit the distribution of the documents. If we really need it, we'll ask for it. So if you put the 2 top ones, it's been uploaded, and then we close. We save. You see there at the bottom it shows. if I now go to my dashboard, voila, there it is. Okay, so it's waiting approval. Now, what's going to happen is the moment that happens, Zia, Zelda, and Rina is getting this notification, and they're going to start looking at it. That's many times when you guys get a call and say, hello, you know, we see this, or this might be not be clear, or you know, we need some assistance. Also, remember, attach the whole document, because that makes your Hans details work much easier should the matter go into breach. Zia, can I ask you in the background to quickly just make this matter for me active? We're going to cancel it now, and can you just drop me a thumbs up the moment it has been done? While Zia does that for, you see now how quick they are, ne? I love it. I love it. So now it's been approved. If I go to my total active agreements, you'll see here it is. Now she's got an X, I've got an X number. I can see somewhere from this list, I can see that this is the address. I can see it's a new lease agreement and who created it. Okay. And when is the commencement date? So all of these details you can see in your first glance, which I think is quite amazing. Any questions up to here? If you think it looks like easy enough, can I have a thumbs up? Okay. So if you guys, thank you. If you guys get stuck, let us know. So this is the main thing that you use. From here on the dashboard, remember our services are on a month-to-month basis. So if it's time and you go, oops, we need to cancel it, I'm going to cancel that top one, and I'm going to say, I need to cancel this one. Or you say, you know, I prepare, I don't want it to be canceled today. I want to cancel it only the end of the month. You're going to pick the date and you're going to say yes. Just to show you back at your dashboard, you'll have one that says pending cancellations. If you only marked it today to be cancelled at the end of the month, it's going to continue flickering there until at least 5 days before the end of the month. The reason being is many times it's been marked as cancelled to be cancelled because of you know, it doesn't seem like the lease agreement will be renewed. But very often in the last moment, the tenants decide, okay, no, they want another 2 months or 3 months. So that is why we don't acknowledge this cancellations immediately. If I wanted to cancel that today, if I clicked on that one,
26983.
and I said, listen, I actually wanted to cancel it earlier on. Let me go. So there's let me go back to my dashboard. So all my lease agreements, you know, we gave notice and then they decided they're so unhappy, they immediately want to move out. Just want to go see if I see that one. Okay. Okay, it actually doesn't say, give you an option to change your cancellation date. It's a good thing to know. What you can do is you can just email applications again and they will cancel it for you immediately. Okay, so that's how easy it is to cancel and to load a lease agreement. You guys can do it at any time. Again, we are there to assist, but it also helps us if you go on a regular basis or every now and again and just go through the list of the lease agreements on our books to make sure that you can see. And if you look at this list here, you see, I can see actually all the ones that's been cancelled, that's in breach, and you can actually filter it and to show you only the ones that's active. Okay. If you want to clear the filter, you just press the X. Now, if you are where we all want you guys to be when you have the hundreds on your books and you want to do a search, this is going to be a very important search function. So you can search either on the reference number. If you search on the reference number, don't type in the X. Type in 43, for example. Let's see what it picks up. In all the X numbers that start with 43, it's going to pop up. Okay. So I always say less is more. Same with Richardson. Or let's take Willow Heights. Say, for example, I typed it as Willow Heights, but I took it as one word. Then you won't pick it up. So if I, for example, or if I typed and I accidentally put 2 spaces, forget mine does that, between the 4 and the W, and I go and search then, nothing's going to show. Because there isn't one that's directly to that data. If I put 4 with 1 space, and it's not something that's intentional, you know, some people accidentally type something wrong and then they say, oh, I've loaded this, but I can't find it. If you're not sure, leave out the number, type the beginning of a part of the street name. I would suggest don't search street or road or avenue, because that pops up a lot. But I mean, if you put the like that one, I've typed WIL. We can even search, listen, I want to see if I've got anyone with those parts. Come, is there any questions? Okay, so that is the, remember always, less is more if you do a search. Now I've searched Richardson and it popped up a couple of times and I can see the different ones. I can see the ones that's been cancelled, and that is when you then can include, if you want to see just the active RICs or whatever. So that is one of the things I want you guys to remember if you do your searches, to make it easier to add. You'll also see, if you look at your list, this is, you will be able to see who loaded it, the data. So that also makes it much easier. Yeah, Nazim, it is well, I think even if you have more than 10, because you'll see here, we only show 20 properties on one page. So I almost want to say, if you've got more than 10, you definitely need to know how to use the search function. If you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you see, you can still see it all in one screen. So that is just the thing that you guys have to take into consideration. You're also on the side, you can pick to only see only the active ones or the pending ones. Yes, Manine.
Elise, is there a like a reminder on the program when a lease is coming to an end to follow up at all?
No, not at this juncture. The reason for that being is that we only take the Expeller commencement date. And I have to say, very often the Expeller commencement date is the same as the lease commencement date. So what you always can do is you can have a look at that. But I love that function. And I'll definitely speak to our development team to see if that's not something we can add at a stage. Okay. So now we loaded up. We've now seen how to cancel something. Now the most important thing that you guys need to use, and I think this function is really amazing for us to put a matter into breach. So again, that's that nice easy breach. And then they ask, are you sure you want us to start the process? So this means that you've sent the letter of demand and you haven't received a response. If it's a 20 business day letter, we've seen that usually people will make payment within 7 days after receiving the letter of demand. If they don't, that means there's a problem. So it means you send out your letter of demand and the people are ignoring you because people believe in the ostrich approach. So we say, yes, please, Xpello, will you proceed? Okay, why did it do that? It's because I pressed another button there. So now it is just there to give you a sum assistance. So on the top, you'll see our X number, you'll see the address, and you can see the parties. It's going to ask you, have you sent the letter of demand? This is a nice, just a check to make sure everything has been done. So because many people don't see or don't do the letter of demand and that they just done the messages. So this is really where we need you to use your letter of demand. We ideally would like to know when you send the letter of demand, and we will at a stage ask you to upload the letter of demand. Now, here is the option, and agents, please have a look at it. Is we have owners, I understand, that doesn't want to know anything. Okay, they don't want to have the updates. So here you have the option to say, listen, I want all my owners to receive updates on what's happening on the breach. Okay, so if you have an owner that says, please, I don't want to receive the emails, I don't know what's going to happen, then make sure it's not completed. If you have an owner, or it's part of your services to give your owners feedback, remember, you're going to get the email and they're going to get the email and they'll keep up to date. Transparency is always better. Remember, it's not your fault if the tenant didn't make payments. Okay, that's why Expeller is there. We don't know what people are going to do in the future. And once that is completed, we press save. So if you go to your dashboard just quickly. We just have to see that. Okay. We're going to go back. You can see I don't do this often, and I picked up a mistake now, so it's easy to go see it. So we go back to our breach info, and here's where we can upload the letter of demand and the outstanding statement. This is very important for us because you cannot phone, or the breach team, Annette and Tanya can't phone the people and say, listen, you haven't repaid your rental statement if we don't know what's the amount. Okay, so we need these details to proceed with our things. Also, remember, the steps are an amplification on what is happening here. Now, this is the part which is also nice and secure. The moment we have a letter of demand and the cancellation and the outstanding rental statement, it will show here. So it's all in one place. I wonder if I can make my screen a bit bigger. Just to go do this. Can you guys see the document list a bit better, Tanya? Cameron, let me just see if I do this again. Oops, there we go. Yes, okay, great. So here's the list of the documents, and of course you can then if the matter goes to an eviction, our attorneys is actually linked to this specific matter. Tanya, I see you still can't see properly. What we'll do is maybe afterwards we can just run through it again if you've got any questions. Okay. But here you'll see your list of documents. Then what the next step is, now we're going to make notes. Now, the nice part about the notes, now I have to just make my screen smaller, is the purpose of the note is this is what you're going to be emailed to your owners. So please don't make a note like this owner is very unreasonable, or you know, this tenant is a real pain. Okay, this is the notes just to keep everybody up to date. So for example, Johan went to tenant with baseball. No. We know that type of people. Wine, and he got them to pack up and leave. Okay, so that sounds much better. So Johan went there with his charm, and after a lot of wine, the people somewhere just packed up and they left. Okay, so that note is made. What is nice about that note, it will go up here. It will show who made the notes and when. So, and as I said, I made the notes, so I can always go up and go edit it. If I say, oh goodness, no, that we didn't take wine, we took chocolates, then I can go and amend it. Same on your side. If you make a note, for example, we received full payment, or we received 5,000 point is still
Caitlin, if they phone there, she's going to give your name. Will the agent know which rental it is? Because she's going to give your name. And I think from
Mandy, are you talking to us or somebody else?
Your partner that, well, the person that you're renting with. No, quickly.
Okay. Okay, I saw that was a bit of a problem. Let me just quickly mute there just to make that easy. Okay, so also this will help us quite a bit. So because many times we start the process and Johan has to now go, did you get payment? Did you get payment? Did you get payment? If you guys can see, if you know somebody's in breach and it's been handed over to us and you receive a payment, really just go give that update, because at the end of the day, your owner also needs that update. So instead of sending everyone emails, you can always just put it here and your owner and everyone will still get a message to say, listen, we did get payment, 1,000 Rand is still outstanding. Then Johan or the breach team will respond and say, Xpello will follow up with tenant as to what is the situation about the 1,000 Rand. Is he going to bring it in diamonds or is he going to drop it off in cash? So that we can just see what's going on. I think that is very important. Let me just make the black thing small again, that it doesn't hamper anything. So that is quite, that is important, that you just keep us up to date. Okay. And everything is here in one place. Any questions? So I'm going to stop sharing now. There we go, and everybody's back. Guys, this was a short and I think quite detailed program. Our program is not, according to me, the most difficult thing. I think the difficult thing is just to get used to it and start using it. We are there. If you get stuck or you need Zelda or Zia or anyone, thank you, Nazim, for attending. To help you guys with a quick session, let us know. We zoom in and we help you guys very easy. So the system is there to help as much as possible. Copy and paste between the two systems. Unfortunately, we're not there yet that they want to integrate with us because I do think many people don't understand that Expeller is not an attorney's firm. Yes, I'm an attorney, Armand is an attorney, and Johan is almost an attorney. Well, not almost, but he's starting there. So they feel it's going to be competitive, but that's not the purpose. So we are working on it. And ideally, we would like to have that data being just pushed through. But that's why we have the options to email it to us and to or put it up and copy and paste. Okay. Thank you very much for everybody. Oh, Palesa, you are a star. Nee. Yes. Thank you, Kerry, for the, I'm glad you guys like it. Okay, so before everybody jumps up and we say goodbye, I'm going to ask Palesa to come on air and please announce our winner. Palesa.
I'm here, Elize. So if you can just give me a few minutes, I'm just going to share the screen with you so we can all see our winner.
Okay, let me give you the right to share.
Okay.
Allow, Elize, see if you can share now.
Okay, let me see if I can share my screen.
Asoma made you the host now. That's an easy way to make you.
Okay, can everyone see my screen now?
Yes, that looks very pretty.
Yes, so there's our winner, Tanya Cameron. Yay!
Yay, Tanya. We will, Palesa will be in contact with you so she can get your details, that we can send you your gift. You see, now I do like that TV show hosts people do. Okay, so enjoy your little gift. We're going to have trainings, 1 hour trainings every month. So please look out for our emails. And if there's specific trainings that you guys want, because these are convenient, we are going to have the recordings more available so that if you guys get new team members, you can use it and share it with everyone. Thank you, everyone. And I just want to see, somebody asked a question about the law firms. David, if you don't mind, I will be in contact with you afterwards and we can have a conversation. And I can explain you a bit more about our law firms. Thank you, everyone. Have an awesome day. And I'm going to end off with our advert while everybody's dropping off. Bye-bye.
Property, you all know evictions can be frustrating and expensive. Best handled quickly and effectively at all costs. But what if this threat can be dealt with at a very low cost? The answer is Xpello, Eviction Management and Property Risk Solutions. If your peace of mind is worth more than 200 Rand a month, visit our website today. Xpello, Eviction Management and Property Risk Solutions.
How do you make it?